So how much in monetary damages are your clients demanding from the South Sudan government?
We are demanding 44 million, but with interest, 10% interest per year. For all these years, it has reached to $61 million.
Welcome back to Celebs Watch 211. On December 31st, 2024, more than 30 hotels operating in Juba, South Sudan, that is, hotels including Pyramid, Royal Palace, Transit, Dembesh, Keren, Juba Landmark, Crown, and South Sudan Hotel, among others, filed a class action lawsuit against the government of South Sudan at the East African Court of Justice. This lawsuit is due to unpaid amount of over $61 million, which was accrued from accommodating and providing catering services to South Sudan government officials between the year 2018 and 2021. The hotels are suing the government for punitive and general damages that were incurred while accommodating government officials at their premises. In an interview conducted on January 6, 2025, with James Butty of the Voice of America's Daybreak show, Wani Santino Jada, who's serving as the lead lawyer for the hotels, provided further clarifications regarding all the avenues that were used by the hotels in an attempt to recover their debt or to get the amount owed to them by the South Sudan government recovered or settled without going to court. However, it seems all these attempts failed, which is why the hotels took the government to the East African Court of Justice.
We are not planning to sue. We have already sued them on the 31st of December 2024. The summons is out from the East African Court. The government has been given 45 days to file defense under Rule 28 of the East African Rules of Procedure. So we are suing them basically for failure to settle the claims of the hotels. The government decided to bring the rebels and accommodated them in the hotels in Juba. So they have been there and they have not been paid since January. They keep writing to the government about payment. And most of the hotels here are owned by foreigners and some owned by South Sudanese. So we decided to go to court so that the court has to rule and order the Republic of South Sudan to pay these investors.
So how much in monetary damages are your clients demanding from the South Sudan government?
When asked about the amount of money that South Sudan government owes to the hotels or to his clients, Mr. Wani indicated that the principal amount is $44 million and then a 10% annual interest rate for the last couple of years. That makes it $61 million.
We are demanding 44 million, but with interest, 10% interest per year. For all these years, it has reached to $61 million. We are demanding $61 million United States dollars from the government.
Did you try to negotiate this with the government to reach an amicable settlement?
Yeah, this is a very good question. We wrote a letter to the Minister of Justice, and a letter was written to the head of the Constitutional Committee, the Secretary to the President, and we later got a letter on the 12th of December 2024. And in that letter, one of the paragraphs indicated that the settlement will be concluded within 7 days. But I got the letter on 22nd, when the 7 days has elapsed. On the 23rd, I got a letter from the Minister of Justice, who is the Attorney General of the Republic of South Sudan. But again, that letter is having a lot of issues. That letter has not indicated when will the settlement will start. It is just an open check. So I just tried the next buying time, because a candidate lawyer or a vigilant lawyer will know the committee, have your position paper. And another thing that I would like to remind you of, why we decided to ignore the settlement that they wrote from the office of the chairperson of the National Transitional Committee. There are few elements that I would like you to take note of. One is that the letter indicated that Tut Galwak, the chairperson of the National Transitional Committee, will be the chair of the committee. After analyzing this letter, I realized that we are having the claims from the NTC and the Tut. The Tut himself cannot be the chair of the same committee. He cannot preside over. It is conflict of interest. You cannot be a judge in your own case. The advisor in the office of the president, he doesn't have any constitutional power to form a high-level committee of ministerial body, all comprised of ministers. The chairperson of the National Constitutional Committee is not the legal advisor of the government. The legal advisor of the government, pursuant to our Constitution, Article 35, is the Minister of Justice.
I will leave the link to the previous video I did on this saga involving the hotels versus South Sudan government in the description box. That way you are able to get the details regarding the types of communications that the hotels sent to the chairperson of National Transitional Committee, that is Tudkeo Galwak.
So you are going to the East African Court of Justice. Does the court have any jurisdiction over the government of South Sudan?
The East African Court has jurisdiction as long as you have invoked Article 6 and Article 7 of the treaty establishing the East African Community. Article 6 and 7 of the treaty requires the partner states to adhere to the principle of rule of law, human rights, accountability, and social justice, including good governance. Now, failure to protect investors in South Sudan is just an abuse of rule of law. Secondly, failure to pay all these claims by the National Constitutional Committee, it is shown that this country or this particular state has poor governance. So we need to show to the court the aspect of poor governance in that particular state. So the court immediately will have jurisdiction in respect to poor governance and rule of law.
The advocate, that is Mr. Wani, also discussed when the court hearing is likely to or is expected to begin. According to him, the government of South Sudan has 45 days from when the notice was served. This means that we might be able to hear about the progress sometimes in mid-February of 2025. That is based on the date the notice was served, which is on December 31st, 2024.
When would the case come to trial in the East African Court of Justice?
The rule requires the parties to file their defense within 45 days. So the 45 days will start running from yesterday. We serve them yesterday. From the day they were notified, the 45 days are running. After the 45 days, it ends, and there's no defense file on record. We shall file an application to the court, seeking for the court to hear the matter ex parte, because the respondent has no only defense on record. So we need the court to issue ruling in favor of the applicants. So we shall seek for a default judgment. A default judgment in favor of the applicants once the 45 days has come to an end.
When the news regarding this lawsuit first came out, people made it seem like Tudkeo Galwak Manime was the respondent or the person going to court with the hotels. However, from the notification that we just saw at the beginning of this video, the respondent is the Attorney General of South Sudan in his capacity as the legal government advisor. It is also noted that Tudkeo is actually involved in this case because he was the chairman of the National Transitional Committee, which was in charge of overseeing the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement through the creation of the transitional government. So, if the funds were released to him and he misappropriated them, then he'll have to answer to the court. It is noted that the South Sudan Minister for Justice and International Affairs, that is Ruben Madola Arol, has not made any comments regarding the lawsuit since the news broke out. This is probably because the matter is currently in court. If you have watched this video till the end, then this is your sign to subscribe to my channel and also put on the notification bell so that you'll be getting notification every time I post a new video. Also, I'll keep on monitoring the progress of this lawsuit and keep you updated as new information becomes available. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and relatives.